Disney, history, and Disney history, all coming up on 5 Hungry Travelers.
100! What kind of 100?
When we heard the Disney 100 exhibit was going to be in Philadelphia at the Franklin Institute, we planned a weekend road trip to find some family-friendly activities. Philly has such a historic vibe.
Looks like Ben Franklin standing on the top of that statue. He's not standing. He is the statue. He's not standing on the top of the statue.
But we wanted to find interactive museums that our kids could really engage with. And here's what we found. The Franklin Institute Science Museum is full of hands-on science for the family to enjoy. But we wanted to see the special exhibit. The Disney 100 exhibit in 2023 currently doesn't have an end date, but it is a special exhibit that's here for a limited time. The Disney exhibit was an additional $20 per ticket on top of the regular admission price. If you've been to One Man's Dream in Hollywood Studios, just imagine that on steroids. It starts from the very beginning of Disney as an animation studio and then expands to film, live entertainment, theme parks, and more. It's incredible to see all that has come about in the last 100 years. There were cool props from the early days and interactive ways to learn about how the technology of the films has developed over the years. With lots of screens and headsets and levers and buttons so you could hear and see more of the history explained. We learned about the storytelling process and saw a control board for the earliest animatronics. It was a blast from our own past in some ways.
The Golden Girls.
I imagine some kids may find the museuminess of this exhibit less entertaining than the Disney experience they've come to expect. But that said, it really helped us appreciate all the people and passion that have built Disney into the magic that our family loves so much today. If you can't make it to one of the parks to celebrate Disney 100, this is a great way to participate in this momentous year. And of course, there was a gift shop. We love some Disney exclusive merch. And these posters were really cool. So we snagged this one for Nora's room.
It is Avengers. There's a lot in there.
Outside the exhibit in the museum proper, there was more for the kids. We did lots of climbing, running, pulling, and crawling through exhibits all about the human body. But we definitely could have stayed longer. There was much, much more. However, we had to run to lunch. But if we decided to have lunch at the museum, we could have spent the whole day there. There was still more of Philadelphia to explore. Reading Terminal Market is a really interactive experience with great treats for kids, but we already featured that in our Philly food video, so you have to go over there to check it out. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. Everywhere you turn in Philadelphia, you find colonial and Revolutionary era historical sites. We didn't take time to go into Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell and the Constitution Center because we've done those things before. And to be honest, the spring break crowds make for long lines. But we did walk the Constitution Mall, the big patch of grass stretching between the two buildings where the Liberty Bell sits. There are bits of archaeological history you can see, and you can peek through the windows at the Liberty Bell without having to wait in those long lines to go inside. It was a perfect free bonus to add history to our trip without a major time or financial commitment. However, with all this walking, some kiddos did get worn out, so you'll have to figure out how much walking works for your family. 20 minutes to explain our children the significance of Independence Hall. If you've ever seen an episode of Drunk History, that's exactly how it went.
Actually, on Drunk History, it'd be much more coherent than what we just experienced with our 8-year-old and 5-year-old.
Education. But for some really hands-on history, we went to the Museum of the American Revolution.
Quick orientation. Downstairs, kids' play area, revolutionary themed. Second floor, main exhibit area, scavenger hunt. Pencils, kids get a prize if they complete the scavenger hunt. If they don't complete it, no prize. First floor, special exhibit.
There are lockers for rent if you need them, and a great little cafe that we mentioned in our food video, so go check that out. We started out watching a film about the American Revolution and then went to the Washington's tent presentation. It was so cool to see the tent, but I do think 2 theater experiences back to back was probably too much sitting for my kids. They were ready to go explore. I was so impressed by how kid-friendly this place was. They encouraged you to touch everything. It felt like I was going to get in trouble, but no. We went through the main exhibit looking for scavenger hunt items. The kids could climb on board a ship and talk about life as a sailor during the war. There were costumes to try on, even items to smell. And all of the figures brought certain stories to life. I love how they made sure to include contributions of Native Americans, enslaved people, and women in the story. Then we went downstairs to the kids' play area, which was even more kid-friendly. Lots of pretend play encouraged. Good. And the gift shop had some fun stuff, but sadly our favorite souvenir, a pressed penny machine, was broken. But the kids got to claim their scavenger hunt prize, so that was a good souvenir. All in all, it was a really cool weekend to start turning our kids into future history nerds, and we're already planning our next visit to Philly. Check out our family weekend in Boston for more revolutionary history, or see our time at the Pixar exhibit in Dallas. And make sure to subscribe, guys. We're so thankful for you joining us today, and we'll see you next time, travelers.